and keep me pissy. Girls used to diss me, now they write letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gas and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play coat. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Condos in Queens, indo for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak. Living life without fear. Putting 5 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good, And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green, leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with the chauffeur. Phone bill about 2 G's flat. No need to worry, my accountant handles that. And my whole crew is lounging, celebrating every day, no more public housing. Thinking back on my one-room shack. Now my mom pimps an act with minks on her back. And she loves to show me off, of course. Smiles every time my face is up in the sauce. We used to fuss when the landlord dissed us. No heat, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty. Damn right, I like the life I live. Cause I went from negative to positive and it's all. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. Representing B-Town in the house. Junior Mafia, Bad Flavor.
Alright. What's good? Yo, what's poppin'? I'm feeling good today. Alright, even though it is, the day that Biggie died about 28 years ago, yo. That's fucking crazy. So rest in peace to B.I.G. And
his mom.
And his moms, yeah. Rest in peace to his moms too. Cause you know the crazy part, she last place she lived was actually Stroudsburg. You know what I'm saying? That's where my grandmother was. So they was in the same place when they transitioned. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to Valletta Wallace. Rest in peace to B.I.G. Rest in peace to my grandmas too. Word up. So yo, we gonna get right into it, y'all, because I'm super excited. We got a lot of people in the building. We live at ABC. It's your boy T.Gold. This is TCK Web3 News Roundtable episode 56, all right? We just came back from ETH Denver last week. I came back to a lot of shit. It was crazy, but we still got it popping, y'all. Man, put out a lot of videos, a lot of photos, and I can't wait to hear what everybody else's experience was like over there. Our last episode was just pretty much giving everybody a shout out for all of the change that we saw, the people that we ran into. But man, going through all of the photos, there's a lot more things we could cover. So I gotta ask my co-host, NFTia, Just Cheeze. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's going on? How was y'all weekend?
Ah, man, productive, man. I've been just super laser focused on time management and making sure that I'm just knocking everything out that I'm supposed to be knocking out. And that's like what's been going on my weekend. Whether I needed to come down here for a few hours and hash some stuff out with Just Cheeze on on yesterday, whether locking in with Levi and his Twitter spaces while running my son around and taking him out to do stuff, like just really multitasking, but trying to be as efficient as possible. So it's been good to have this level of efficiency, and I'm just trying to keep it going. That's how my weekend was.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, my weekend was pretty productive as well. Started off catching up on a lot of stuff that were missed from being out last week. Out there in Denver, had to get some posts off as well, post some pictures up. Finally got around to doing that. Got back to some people, and then started working on. I was joining the spaces that Tia was talking about with Levi, and was really interesting to talk about the art of building games in a way that we can do pretty quickly and integrate crypto, right? So I think that was dope to talk about. And then from there, I started working on some Skylark stuff. I was here yesterday working on some other stuff to be revealed later type stuff. But yeah, all in all, it was a good weekend. How about you? How about you, T.Gold?
Go.
Yeah, man. Me personally, I got a lot of stuff done. I got a lot of stuff together. I was able to get caught up coming back from Eve Denver. I hit the ground running. I got in late on basically Monday morning. I had to go right to work and then didn't get no sleep. Then dealing with situations with my family. Then still trying to keep up with everything going on in Web3. So I was able to finally just focus yesterday, and I feel real good because I made a lot of progress with I didn't realize how much stuff we did until I looked at the photos, man. All of us, man. So I was behind the scenes. I had 3 different devices. I had my iPad here, as you can see. Oh yeah, we got phone case coming for y'all with this Web3, DJ and shit. So I'm if y'all can see us on Instagram and YouTube live, we definitely got some merch coming for y'all for y'all iPhones and your Samsung devices. So, but I was just so happy to see how much progress we made, because the photos that I've taken, I caught a lot of my my Web3 people just candidly just doing their thing, just grinding, networking, you know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of behind the scenes photos, man. I'm proud of my team, how hard they've been working, just networking, and then actually coming back and executing in some of the things that, like Tia mentioned, as far as like certain things that I don't think I want to reveal right now, but she kind of manifested it, and some people showed up to ABC in the same space we were looking for. You know what I'm saying? As far as with just the kids, man. Let's talk about that, but just the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of kids, big up to A1 Digital for putting together a fantastic, spectacular event for us at the Robert F. Smith STEM Academy. Myself, I was there. NFTia was there representing Sweet and ABC. Just Cheeze was there. He set it off. He kind of had the format for the whole thing, so it was super dope. Then we had an audible because we had other people from Stand with Crypto pull up. We had Levi come through, talk about. He's gonna hop on stage later. He talked about security, which is very, very important. So, speaking to these kids, man, we touched on a lot of different topics. Also, big up to Crypto Pioneers. They were out there with us, too. You know what I'm saying? Other members of A1 Digital, Cleo, and Antoine, they were out there with us. Big up to Carrie. Yeah, man. It was a phenomenal event. I just got to get y'all thoughts on that, because I know this is going to be probably longer than our usual spaces, but there was a lot of shit we did in Denver. So, Tia, I know you were thrilled when you saw the HBCUs up on the steps. So, you was like, yo, I got to get this photo. This shit was dope. Like, the art in it. Yeah, just, what's your opinion, Joe?
I'm going to just keep it brief because I know we got a lot of stuff to cover. But what they're doing at that school is phenomenal. And I know it's the early stage, and I know they only have 100 students. But, like, just from everything from stopping the kids in the hallway and having them, talk as articulately as they do, and explain what their goals are, what they're doing at the school, what they like about the school, and they're on the point like this. They, from their test scores on a national level to them having a passport, and one of the things that they have to do is do world travel before they graduate, as well as have an internship. Right before they met with us, they were on a field trip at Google. So they're those kids, and what they have those kids doing is phenomenal in my opinion. Obviously, like the highlight for me was the kids scamming me out at so much sweet. I said, if y'all scamming like this, as soon as y'all first get y'all wallet, y'all gonna have no issues operating in this space. So that was a bit of my highlight. So
Yeah, that was on Friday, right? And I think that was a great time. Like Tia mentioned, the students were on point, especially around what they came to do when they showed up to class. And I talked to some of the kids. They went out to Google they were just coming back from Google for an internship for during the day. And I think for me, that's dope to see these students so locked in and decisive around where they want to be with their future, or at least have some idea of options to choose from, right, and understand what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we gave them more options, right? When we got to them, we talked about blockchain, we talked about AI. There was this one student who was pretty, he was on point. I asked all the questions. He was the main one answering. He understood what money was. He understood the fact that it's just a contract agreement between those that chose to believe in it. And so it's good to see these kids with their head on correct, and then having that at the end, like you said, they got to walk out with a wallet and some sweet and other merch. So I think it was an overall great experience.
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate my co-host take on that and their participation and everybody who pulled up, man. I can't agree with them more. Everything they stated, man, is I'm totally on board with everything they stated, because giving kids the options, teaching them about having a wallet, teaching them about security, teaching them about taking advantage of social media, and in even taking part in games like Fortnite and having, sneakers that are NFT. So it was just a lot of things that we talked about. We talked about Bored Apes. One of the guys from Crypto Pioneers, he had an iced out Bored Ape. So that was dope to see something in real life that the kids can see. Man, I could talk forever about just the school. So to fast track this conversation, let's talk about some of the people that y'all met. NFTia, you were holding down Sweet. Oh my God, y'all should have seen her out there. Actually, check out the photos. She been doing her thing. You want to talk about what you were doing out there with Sweet and some of the people that you were able to meet?
yeah, so soon as I landed, got dressed, went to the Walrus activation, and there was like literally everyone from Sweet, from the initial Mistin Labs crew to like a lot of the Sweet devs, to even like it was a Walrus event, so a lot of the Walrus crew was there. One of the things I got to address with the Walrus crew was like, hey, I staked on about 4 different validators on the first test net. I interacted on the second one. I created an NFT on the second test net. Why didn't I get my airdrop? So I kind of pinned them up against the wall, and had to shake them down like, where my airdrop at though. But it was funny to me. They pretty much laughed, but no, I was serious. Like, I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I didn't get my airdrop. But I still love y'all. I'm still locked in with Walrus and Sweet, so I know that airdrop got to be coming somehow, some way. But that was a dope experience. And then just meeting the whole team in real life. Like, I just got acclimated with the team and started to, I just had one event on my own. And then when I got there, just to kind of see how everybody's moving, how everybody's, ideating together and things of that nature. It was super dope. And then we also met a lot of the devs from different projects from Sweet, like Navi, like Scala, Sweetland, like so many dope projects that I already interact with on a daily basis from their chain. I got to interact with the team, and then like the very last event was the Sweet happy hour, and I got to meet one of the original devs from Sweet, and of course I locked in his information. I was surprised, I mean, color is anything, but he was like a brother, like what's up, sis type brother. I was like, oh, and you one of the original devs. That's dope, man. Representation is everything. So it was good to see that type of representation from Sweet from the beginning. It speaks volumes to them and how they operate. And I'll say this last thing. Sweet events, I don't care what nobody say to me, and I'm not being biased. Like, I feel like the energy at their events, the exuberance to build, and like the excitement to like collaborate and stuff versus a lot of the other events, it was like people that came to the Sweet events, they were there for a purpose. Like, I'm here because I believe in this and I want to work with this team. Over 1,000 times they asked me who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? I'm like, I'm just getting acclimated. You point them out to me, But like the energy at the Sweet events was dope to see, and I felt like it was unmatched personally. So, Cheeze,
No doubt.
Cheeze.
What's the question? The first question.
People that you met.
Anybody that I met?
Just people that
Anybody
you
that I met?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but sounds like Sweet is a good ecosystem. I don't know, right? Maybe. But as far as people that I met a lot of people. I got in on Monday night and immediately went straight to an event where I got to meet a lot of people that was in my cohort for Third Web. And that was at a Crypto Mondays event, interestingly enough. So I also met the founder of Crypto Mondays there. And turns out the founder of Crypto Mondays knows Marlon. Is that surprising or not? I don't think that's surprising. But so I talked to him for a bit as well. And so like it was just a lot of like connecting the dots to people that I knew online but now I've never met in person. And then I tell them, this person, and then they're like, yeah, I know that person. So there's a lot of that. Because the space is very small still, and like not super small, but small enough for degrees of separation perspective. But aside from that, I met the founder of Abstract at an event the next day and talked about different consumer chain projects and shared some good ideas. But I met a lot of people, but the key thing I mentioned here on Thursday as well is that you meet people, but it's also a numbers game, right? I got about 30 something so telegrams. So mathematically speaking, if you convert some of those, right, there could be a lot of success in that. And not only that, you garnered that relationship from an IRL conversation, right? So from that perspective, people remembered seeing you, right? And as opposed to just DM me online.
Good points, man. Yeah, y'all. So, based on what I saw, definitely Sweet had the events popping, so I could concur with that. We got a speaker.
Popping.
Yeah, they had mad shit popping. So much that Tia couldn't really get loose to the other parts of the convention.
I was talking about something else.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's we keep that amongst ourselves. You heard. But we got our guy, man. The president, El Presidente of the Georgia chapter of Stand With Crypto. Big up to Stand With Crypto. They had a booth out there. Big up to Mason. I was able to give him a shirt. Oh, man, the shirts is popping, man. Yo, Ant, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? I appreciate you stepping up today and listening.
I'm great. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Happy Day of the Sun, everyone.
That's right. Happy
TCK
Sunday.
56. Appreciate everyone on this call, all the work that you put in. I know everyone doesn't see it, but we're going to keep working behind the scenes, and they're going to see everything. So that's what's up. In regards to Robert F. Smith STEAM Academy, when we left, I was saying that the best investment is not always the one that you see a return on right away. And to get out there and work with those kids like we did during East Denver on the behalf of Atlanta Blockchain Center, Stand with Crypto, SUI, A1 Digital, that was amazing. I'm originally from Denver, so I was just telling a lot of people that for me, that was like a dream come true, because growing up in Denver, I always try to find a way I can contribute back to the city. We got people like Pam Grier, also known as Faxi Brown. We got Earth, Wind, and Fire, former band members from Denver. We got Don Cheadle, from one of the greatest actors from Denver. We got Chauncey Billups, Mr. Big Shot, NBA MVP Finals, originally from Denver. So for me, this was my way to contribute back to the city through my team, through the people that I work with every day, the people that I care about. And I appreciate all of them. Joe, Teron, Tia, Crypto Pioneer 6, AK Honest, Miss Nifty, Carrie from California, A1 Digital, Antoine, a lot of those people who came down from Atlanta too, you know, like Owen and Costco and Trav, and not Trav, but Levi and
D-Web.
Rich.
Yeah. We
D-Web.
got to shout out D-Web too.
And if I didn't catch your name, you know, it's no disrespect, but it was more adults than it was kids in that room, showing those kids how to get on blockchain. And that meant the world to me, man. So, you know, for me, it was able to just kind of sit back, be in an old hood. You know, I was born in a hospital a few blocks over and lived in a house a few blocks up the street.
Wow.
So just to be right there in Northeast Denver, that's Park Hill, Denver. That's the culture. That's where, you know, anything black drives the city of Denver. And for me, after going to these conferences, and I'm going to wrap it up with this, you know, it's cool that these conferences and these big companies go to these big cities, but are they really giving back to the community, or are they extracting value? So with this East Denver, for me, it was very similar to going to other cities. And I don't really, you know, the conferences are cool to learn and everything and connect with people, but what are they really doing for the community? You know what I'm saying? I would love to have seen a big fat check from East Denver, whoever the organizers are, go to Robert F. STEAM School and the other schools in the area, just like we were out there, and help us continue doing the work that we're doing. So let's make a note of that, and let's keep applying pressure to these cities and these big conferences. Don't just keep showing up and extracting the value, give back to it. So, and then we did that. We showed a perfect example of how to give back with the resources that we have. And that's how we get down, and that's how I'm always going to get down. So with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, and I'll see y'all this week. Peace.
Salute, yo, Ant. Thank you for that, man. And also big up to you, because right after that, you were on another assignment to go to DC with Stand with Crypto. So we got to big up Stand with Crypto, and we got to big up Sweet for representing, you know, for the culture and giving things back to the kids, man. You know, like they was stated earlier, man. Sweet had the merchandise, you know, that had the kids going crazy for the merch. You know what I mean? And Stand with Crypto was there in, you know, full force, man, showing people how to, you know, get these wallets, man, and understand what's going on in the space with representatives from both coasts. You heard? So yeah, man. Thank you, Ant, too, just for showing us the city. You know what I'm saying? On some like ghetto tour guide shit. But it shit was super, super dope. We needed the backstory to the city, and I really, really appreciated that. And your city got a lot of dope art and a lot of graffiti, so you know that's right up my lane. So I appreciate all that, man. And who else I know was somebody was forgetting. Owen and Costco. We gotta big up them two brothers too, because Owen was out there. He was putting us up on where a lot of the events was. So yeah, we gotta big up those brothers. And we went to the dispensary, so you know we indulged a little bit out there. So that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in my game. You heard? We grown people around here. So if y'all watching on YouTube or Instagram, we appreciate y'all tapping in. If you tapping in on Twitter, we appreciate you tapping in. We got another guest speaker. Blue. Oh my God, Blue. How are you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We appreciate you tapping in, and I hope you healing up. Floor is yours. All right, y'all. Give her a minute. If she jump back on stage, I want Blue the floor.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. The floor is yours. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to say it's so great to hear all of this, and I'm just like just drowned in happiness because it's not about talking; it's about the actions and applied actions. And I just like want to applaud all of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of us. And just, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Well, thank you so much, Blue. We appreciate that. We appreciate you and supporting us, you know, and tapping in. And you was on a big stage earlier today too. You know what I'm saying? I saw that, girl. You know what I'm saying? Blue be in them spaces. But big shout out to you, and you heal up and you get well fast, please. And big up to Cash too. She out there in South by Southwest, so she be tapping in too. You know what I'm saying? So she's out there speaking, doing her thing. We got another.
Yeah,
guy.
actually, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I'm about to drop down there tomorrow, so
Good.
yeah, we're trying to see what we can do.
Yeah.
And talk about ABC down there too. So.
She said she going down there hopping, one leg hoppy and all. Don't nothing stop.
You know? Don't nothing stop us, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Story of a black woman. Story of a black woman. Hey. You know? Hey, and I think we need to get... No Diddy, no Diddy.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
All right, no Diddy.
All right, let me be quiet.
No, y'all good. Y'all good. Yo, I came
Hey,
back.
y'all, and we need to tell Swede, they gotta up that check for Tia.
Oh, hell
now.
yeah. Hell
We
yeah.
gotta get on the timeline. We gotta tell them, look, we're gonna have to pause the sauce. Y'all gonna have to up that. Y'all gonna have to up that.
That's
Because
right.
nobody would be supporting like that if it wasn't for her.
That's right.
So
That's facts.
let's make that clear. Let's get on that timeline.
That's what's up. Now, I can't say no more than that. You know what I'm saying? That's, man, listen. Yo, check this out. I do got to say, I got to give a quick disclaimer. I did get sick coming back from Denver, so I'm trying not to get my co-host sick. I got my hand sanitizer right here. But I'm feeling better. I'm 100% better because it's been crazy coming back. But we got to big up our guy, Levi. He's here. He was with us at the school teaching as well. He was out there. I think you were pitching out there in East Denver, or you were just out there networking. Just Levi, how you doing, brother? He's with Kampeni. Tell him about yourself, who you are, and your experience at East Denver.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's not morning, but I'll say good morning, even though it's not morning. It's Levi. Work on a project called Kampeni. We try to build the world's largest storytelling game. We were at East Denver with me and a couple of my partners, and we were talking not as much pitching, but just kind of showing our product and basically like building tools to help other people make games quickly on Web3. It was dope. It was dope. One of the things we were talking about was like how to launch tokens and how to do that safely. There's some experiences with that, some of the fun stories there for another day. We can talk about it if you want. We can talk about it if you want, but it's another day. But going to Robert Smith, that school was a pretty dope experience. Even talking about the Fortnite thing, right? Kids I know there's some NFTs, but I know what they do, they don't do. Talking about security and stuff. It was dope. One of the things that I kind of took away is like I came up in like ETH gaming back in the day, and it's good to just kind of see like people are still committed to like building games on ETH and Base and those L2s. So kind of good for recentering and like Web2 like Web3 gaming, L2 gaming is still a thing, and we'll see what goes from there.
So, any of the people that you met out there, you were able to connect with that, potentially, because I know you have Kampeni and things that you've been developing. Any potential partnerships or just talk about that.
So, not partnership or endorsement or anything else. I want to call them out because they did it. It's a really cool, dope product. But Flaunch.
Okay.
Yeah. So what they do is like people are familiar with like Pump.fun and those like kind of token launchers on like Solana, but Base has one as well. And one of the things they're kind of working on is allowing it so that there's Uniswap V4. You can basically get the feeds from people trading without actually selling the token.
Got you.
Right?
Okay, that's
Which
good.
is a big challenge right now for those who kind of follow in the space and everything. It's like how do devs actually do anything when they can't sell the bag without being called a rug, and that kind of sidesteps that issue in the fees. Also, it's just dope to like see people trying to build these products on other platforms. So yeah, like take a look at them. Another thing we're looking at is just looking at more stuff like other people in the gaming space. So the thing about gaming companies is that it's not just one. Multiple gaming companies have to win.
Right.
Farcade, I know they were a booth there, it was really dope. So what they were doing, bringing those like Atari type games back, because most of the Web3 games tend to be a little bit older.
Right.
So like really dipping into those retro games, they're doing a lot of dope stuff. So I'm gonna call them out.
Plus, everybody in Web3 are retro anyways.
Pretty much. But yeah, man, I'm glad to see my team out there, man, just kicking ass and taking names, man, because that's exactly what we were doing. We had the shirts on, we had the stickers popping with the QR codes. Man, we had a lot of great conversations just based on the strength of me personally. I had a conversation with people from Virtuals Protocol just on the strength of the designs that I had. So, I'm going to talk about that at a later time. You know what I'm saying?
Taking names, man, because that's exactly what we were doing.
But here's the thing. Right now, as a matter of fact, that's a good segue. Tia got the sticker. If you live on IG and Twitter, Instagram, you can see the sticker right there on the back of Tia's laptop right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just love just being able to just market and promote, ABC and just help big them up, because they've done so much for our community here in Atlanta and brought so many developers and engineers and just great people, whether they are traders, investors, or just curious people about the space, all walks of life, all races, creeds, colors. Different blockchains been through this building. We got to big up Marlon, because he came out there and he had an event. It was the AI Quant and Brew. Yeah, the Agents of Brew. So that was a dope event that he had. And I was able to meet Suvi, which is his partner of 6 years, Starter Labs? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They've been rocking together. I think they said 2018 or something like that with Starter Labs or something like that. So
she's out of Finland, right?
Yeah,
They were on the Telos.
They were on Telos first. Yes, you're exactly right. So yeah, man, just to meet her, she saw me with the ABC shirt on. She approached me and ran me down like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because I had the original logo, but, with the camera on it, So she was like, yeah, that's my company. I was like, oh. It was a great conversation. And I met another young lady that was with her, too. That was also, part of Starter Lab. So it was super dope. Met a lot of great people. Met Crypto Wendy O. I put that tweet out last night. It's kind of still got legs. I wouldn't say it's viral, but it got some legs, and I ain't know Loudmouth was back there as I'm recording it, and he retweeted it and followed me, and it just took a life of its own, and now it's still going. So I got some traction on the strength of that. So these photos that you're taking with these people, you never know what it'll do once you put it out. So like I said, I had to go through 3 devices: a camera, iPad, cell phone, and a whole nother camera, over 600 photos. But it was all well worth it. Me being a journalist, just interviewing people and taking the photos, doing as much as I can, put my best foot forward, whether it was designing the merch, putting out the stickers, just letting people know ABC is here and the builders are here. You know what I'm saying? We got builders in this building, straight up. And we got, people behind the scenes just making the everyday things happen here at ABC. So we got big up to Bubba too, he in the background, you know what I'm saying? And I got Jordan from Blackchain, right? Blackchain. That's how we call it, Blackchain. You know what I'm saying? So let's big them up too, and the young lady here with them. So yeah, y'all. Anything else y'all want to talk about with Eve Denver before we get into some of the other stuff, the meat and the potatoes?
I'll say something else about Eve Denver. I definitely gotta say marketing is a pretty big part of go-to-market strategy for a lot of chains. I enjoyed a lot of the chains that stepped outside of the tech and did some cool activations. I think I'm gonna have to give the award to
Pengu?
No.
Who getting it? MetaMask?
I'm gonna give the award to I was gonna say Hedera, but they're a strong second. I'm gonna give the award to Polygon.
Really?
Yeah.
That was random.
So I'm gonna tell you why, though. I'm gonna tell you why. They had stuff. I don't know if you saw on the highways. They were hanging. The theme was high school.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you pull up to the Polygon booth, you had the lockers.
No doubt.
They had the lockers, right? They had the notes being passed. They had outside it when you drove around Denver. They actually like the football rally games and when like certain things around high school, they hang stuff off the highway.
Yeah, I did see some stuff.
They were hanging stuff off the highway throughout the entire city.
I saw that, but I thought that was some Denver shit. I had no idea.
It take Cheeze to plug it in. Like,
figure that out.
It take Cheeze, man.
How you know that? Like, how you? This guy.
I ain't catch it. And now that he said it, I'm like, oh, I was at the booth with the school stuff.
Little Easter eggs, man. It's like high school, like, you know, it's Saved by the Bell type shit.
Yo, I'm glad you my co-host, dog. Word up, because just having that.
Nothing, man.
That's a whole nother story. I could talk about Cheeze on his missions out there, but go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so it was very Saved by the Bell high school theme, and it was, and they had now that I know that, I would have went to the prom.
Wow. I didn't even know they had a prom.
They had a prom.
Oh, that's lit.
Damn.
They had
okay.
They had a prom while we were out there. I would have went to the prom. I don't know who I would ask my date.
That's so bugged out that you just figured all of this out, and I'm just like.
They had a prom while they were out there.
So did you see any like photos, any follow-up like images or anything like?
I gotta go look for it now, but that was fire too.
Yeah, that's the way to set that up.
Marketing.
Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. If they did the way you said it played out, it's fucking I missed the I felt like
they probably had senior pictures, NFTs that turned into NFT project. Like we missed the whole
I feel like I missed a big part of it now. I'm like, I thought I did a lot out there too. I'm like, damn, Joe just caught a whole bunch of you know what I mean?
I didn't go to any of that shit that I'm talking about.
But just the wherewithal to have with so much shit going on. This is what I'm saying. And we're out of the state. This is not our place. Like, you're peeping shit that I thought it was regular shit. Yeah, some Denver shit. Real talk. So I'm just giving you your props. We're just kind of dumbfounded and blown away at the same time. You know what I mean? That you just discovered that. But that's dope. That's fucking dope. That's why I'm glad you my fucking co-host, bro. Just tap into Just Cheeze and Skylark, man. Because I'm going to tell you, just based on the strength of that, I know how his brain works. When we do something out here, the elements that we seen in Bitcoin Nashville, ETH Denver, we gonna, take our sauce and add a little bit from what they had, and we ain't gonna say too much.
Shutting the city down.
Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, you gotta put Easter eggs all over the place.
Easter eggs, man. And he got the gamification with Skylark, so I already know where his mind going with that. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be crazy. So
my Magic City night.
I already know. Like you didn't even have to say like the activations was going to Magic City. We all know, like as soon as we get those devs who ain't never seen a fat one, it's gonna be in Magic City scanning.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, we ain't even going.
Hold on, what we gonna call that? What we gonna call that? Proof of participation. It could be a lot of other. I grew up in the OPP era, so it could be proof of participation. Proof of tap.
We said, I forget what Bubba called it last Thursday.
That is so funny, yo. We don't want to give up too much ideas like that. I'll tell you, we just gonna lock that down.
Blunt Dow got proof of session.
Yeah, Blunt Dow got proof of session, so that's super dope. Big up to them too, cause that was a dope session. That was my first time smoking out there in Denver, man. They had a dope session out there. So in comparison to Georgia and Colorado, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Atlanta just, even though it's not recreational out here, you would think it is the way people burn it down out here compared to Colorado. They were still conservative. Like, you smelt it here and there in the streets, but people wasn't really like burning it down like that out there. I guess they was tripping on other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. You know what I mean?
We just like, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's like some old school shit. They're like, That's, you
Y'all
know,
still smoking that weed?
low class shit. We do, you know, designer things around here. You know, we do like
What
psychedelics.
it
And
is,
shit.
they're on
'Cause
psychedelic.
their facilities, you could not facilities, but their building and their structure. Because the architecture out there, I'm big on architecture because I'm a graphic designer and I just appreciate art. You could tell people be on some next shit. And I don't know if Just Cheeze want to talk about his Meow Wolf experience, but
Oh yeah, that was fire.
I want to big up people from OpenSea that we met at a mixer. I want to big up Melissa and Amy from Stand with Crypto Detroit. They were out there rapping hard too. Big up to the CMO of Flow. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to chop it up with him. Great conversation, and there was some good people at Flow. They had a great event with Stand with Crypto. That was super dope. Big up to Miggy, Crypto, and Ken Bozak. Them dudes was like the premier podcasters there at ETH Denver. So they had most of the top interviews as far as podcasters. So big up to them. They're gonna be out here soon. So I'm gonna get them in here on some interview shit. That shit gonna be dope. And I gotta big up Don and his partner from Virtuous Protocol. So those are my shout outs. I don't know if anybody else want to give any shout outs just based on the people I met. And definitely big up Crypto Wendy O because she got my shit going crazy right now in these Web3 streets. Any last shout outs y'all want to talk about before we move on with these stories? Y'all good? All right, cool. Yo, I appreciate everybody tapping in on YouTube and Instagram because y'all can watch us visually and we got these dope ass Web3 shirts on right now. Me and Tia do, you know what I'm saying? So yo, y'all can find that on igetbusy.com. You heard? Now check it out. We're gonna get right into the mix, yo. While we were out there, a lot of news happened. When we just left the school, what happened? Richard Hart. In that case with SEC, that shit was done. You know what I'm saying? So that was literally right after we came out of teaching the school. So that was super dope. We was able to break the news. Yeah, we was able, actually, let's pick up Sharita and Cleo because they came to me with that news and we brought that information to Marlon. So it was super, super dope that we was able to tell him some information in real time because he had his own event going on. Super dope. So that happened. Then the first crypto summit, they announced it last week when we was out there. So that was crazy. Big up to Ant for bringing that information to me. So let's talk about it. The crypto summit was yesterday. There were some things that happened right before that on Thursday. It was so much breaking fucking news. It was historic. Trump signed the executive order for the first Bitcoin reserve. All right. So a lot of people, they had issues with that because outside of that, they talked about the stockpile, the crypto stockpile, with several other cryptocurrencies, and some people felt like Ripple shouldn't have been a part of this or whatever. But to make a long story short, there were some heavy hitters at the crypto summit. It was Brian Armstrong, who was the CEO of Coinbase. It was Michael Saylor from Strategy. They changed their name. They rebranded from MicroStrategy to Strategy. The founders of Ripple, founders of Solana, founders of, I believe it was Chainlink. They tried to get Vitalik out there. Didn't Charles, he didn't get his invite, right? Charles?
I think he was there. Charles
was he there?
I think he was there.
Cardano? Okay.
Let me look at this.
Let's look at the list. I sent the list so we can see exactly who was there. But I say all that to say this. There's legislation coming. What we knew what was going to happen because Trump and Cynthia Lummis did say that when they do issue a stockpile and a reserve, they were not going to sell off any more of their digital assets that they seized. All right, so there's been a bunch of digital assets that's been seized, and because our government is not going to be selling off any more of these digital assets, whether it be Bitcoin or Ethereum, or they even got a doodle. You know what I'm saying? So think about that.
JP Richards.
All right, hold on. We got the list. My guy Just Cheeze, he's gonna read off the list right quick.
Yeah, so we had Michael Saylor, you mentioned, the founder of Strategy, at the top of the list, right? Bitcoin Magazine, right? So they're the folks that actually put on Bitcoin Nashville. They're the folks that are putting on Bitcoin Las Vegas this year.
That's right.
Right? Matt Young of Paradigm Paradigm is an investment group, I believe. And then Exodus Wallet, CEO of Exodus Wallet, JP Richardson, Multicoin Capital, another fund. Kyle Samani, the managing partner over there. The co-founder of Trump World Liberty Finance, Zach Witkoff. Sergey Nazarov, founder of Chainlink, Brian Armstrong. Coinbase, Vlad from Robinhood.
That's right.
Arjun from Kraken, Chris from Crypto.com, Brad Garlandhouse from Ripple. So those were the confirmed industry players, and then the confirmed White House players were Bo Hines, executive director of the advisors for digital assets, David Sachs, the crypto and AI czar, and then Mark Wada, which is now the current acting chair of SEC, and then Caroline, which is the current acting chair of commodities CFTC. Yeah, but doesn't say anything about what's her name. A crypto mom. I don't see crypto mom here.
Oh, Hester Pierce?
Yeah, Hester Pierce. She's been donned the name of crypto mom.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, there's a lot of, moms in crypto. Hell, Iggy Azalea got the mother token. Then we got our own mother right here in the building, NFTia. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. The more women in the space, the better. Yes, because honestly, we went to most of these conventions this past couple of years, and it's a lot of guys. All right? So when Atlanta throws their event, we're going to mix this thing up. We're going to see more ladies in the building. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? We're going to set that right out the gate. So on top of that, not just any women, there's brilliant women in this space. Let's get that correct. You know what I'm saying? Because big up women like Cass, Blue, and Tia, Iris Nevins. Man, there's so many women in the space doing their thing. Shanice, profits over wages. You know what I'm saying? We got
What's your name, love?
Nicole.
We got Nicole here. You know what I'm saying? From Blackchain in the building. Yeah, so there's a lot of women in this space that we're gonna bring into it. So when I do say that, I'm saying that respectfully. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all. With that being said, it's Crypto Summit. I think it's extremely positive. I can't wait for regulation. There was a discussion before we got things set up, and we're not gonna put all of the alpha out, but people are trying to launch tokens right now, and my advice, honestly, all of this stuff is not financial advice. But my advice is I would wait until regulation comes, because we're so close, and there's a bunch of new players in the White House, and there's a bunch of new players in his cabinet. So let's just wait to see what happens before you launch anything. Because think about it, meme coins, they took a lot of big L's once Trump launched his token. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all, that's my recommendation. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Any questions or comments from my co-hosts about this crypto summit and the potential of regulation in this space?
I'll keep it brief. It's good to see that it's moving along fast. I would like to see more representation with those decision makers, but this is America. I would like to see more representation with those decision makers. And then also, I see them forming and coming together, but I'm not seeing enough written policy coming from it. And is that coming on the back end once we get that 180 days that Trump talked about? So that's what I'm super interested in seeing, what is going to be in the meat and potatoes of this regulation that's coming, and that stemmed from me wanting to see more representation, because I just want this is America. That's it. So
yeah, I don't really have much other things to say. I think what you see is the smoke and mirrors part of it. It's like the people coming together and then he's sitting down talking about it, but I think the to be determined part is what actually comes out of the conversations.
Levi, any opinions?
Not much. I'd say that the people in that room aren't. I guess we all like pro crypto. We start getting into like the weeds, right? Their interests don't necessarily align. Due to your point, it's like what that policy actually looks like and who has the louder voice than others. Could play a certain way. So like my own personal views aside, I'm interested to see like who are end up being the loudest, most influential voices in that room, which may push us one way towards the other.
Exactly.
Good point.
Absolutely.
Because the other thing too is at one point, at some point, Donald Trump just signs his name on whatever anybody puts in front of him. So it's like somebody better be putting the right thing in front of him because he's just gonna sign it. He's not gonna like.
Damn shame.
He's not gonna like. Well, I don't think this is right because he doesn't know the tech. So, yeah.
Yeah, y'all. I think that's super hilarious, man. Because when you mentioned that he'll just sign anything, he signed the executive order for companies not to use biodegradable straws. That's the executive order. Like, we're back on plastic. Like, 100% now. Like, I think his companies are gonna get fined for having biodegradable straws. Like.
Well,
I'm kind of blown away. I don't want to segue too far into this, but just think about it. He signed the executive order on straws, y'all. How petty is that? You know how much real shit is going? We got a war in fucking Ukraine. We got the border crisis. We got immigration. It's so eggs. It's so much shit because eggs hit a record high. He don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much. If you're gonna be petty, pass the executive order on eggs and shit like that. That's really gonna affect like families saving money at the end of the day, not fucking straws. Okay, I'm sorry I had to go off on a tangent on that, but outside of everything in fucking crypto he's doing, I'm liking. So sometimes it's like a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a toxic.
It's definitely a toxic relationship.
This is toxic as hell.
I was just gonna, I was just gonna highlight that it's funny sometimes around the abuse of the executive order, but I think for some people and some train of thoughts is that an executive order actually gets things done faster than going through the whole bill.
I understand.
Yeah, but
it's ridiculous.
And then it gets shut down anyway later on when it gets to the Supreme Court, right? But what it does is it shakes a lot of people out of their bags, out of their position, enough just to change a little bit of shit. But then it might get struck down later on at the courts.
Crazy. Yeah, so I'm not gonna monitor the situation too tough. I'm gonna just say it's just ridiculous that he just did it. And we still got probably some more times for some more ridiculous executive orders. So with that being said, we got another individual I want to bring up here, by the name of Jordan. And he's a frequent member of ABC. We got two more stories that we're going to talk about. And I think we have to have you in the hot seat, bro, because we might have to switch Levi out. So we're going to pivot. We got a hot seat for those people watching on YouTube and Instagram. We got a hot seat in here, all right? So there's people that's going to jump in the hot seat from time to time. Levi, we thank you. And big up Kampeni, too. You know what I'm saying? Levi, he's also a lawyer too, so he's one of the most brilliant people I ever met. Too.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to say that.
I didn't know he was a lawyer.
And give him his props. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't be having regular people that come through to ABC. Speaking of not your ordinary people, got a call from Doc. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Khadijah too. She was out there at the schools.
Man,
you know
me
what I'm
and
saying?
Khadijah, we've been locked in, man. Khadijah, that's my girl.
That's right. That is Dr. Jamal Montgomery's wife. Her name is Khadijah Montgomery. And she's also very knowledgeable in this space. She actually, randomly came through and helped us out at the school with the photography and the videography. So we got to big them up. But he gave me a call. He going to be here next week, for a week. So they're going to pull up and holler at us. He's actually coming dolo. He's coming dolo. So
no, she was supposed to come. Okay, I holler at her.
So I just wanted to give him a quick shout out, because he's somebody who's very knowledgeable in this space, and I know one of the last stories we're going to talk about is Kanye, but we're going to let Doc talk about, that whole, situation. But Jordan, what's going on, brother? He is from Blackchain. You know what I'm saying? And he's a God-fearing man, a Christian man. You know what I'm saying? He be in them churches, you know, teaching the church folk about Web3. So we need that. You know, we in schools, we in churches, we in universities. Shit, we'll pull up wherever you at, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
That's right. You know, and y'all gonna have to start cutting them checks, yo. I'm not even bullshitting, yo. There was, yo, I gotta say this. I gotta say this. There was a story. There was a story that I talked about earlier at ABC Thursday. All right. Ripple gave this company, a nonprofit organization, $50 million for crypto education to demystify the whole space. What you think ABC been doing for the past almost 3 years?
Yeah.
That same exact thing.
More. They don't even have a working product.
Yeah.
They haven't done. They haven't hosted over 200 events. They haven't reached out to the community and the schools and government offices and local businesses and and gave money and had a cohort.
Talk about it.
I can go on and on. They have not done what has been done in this building. And I put what's been done under this building under any crypto organization or IRL space in the world, not just the United States. It's 7 of them in the world. We're one of them 7 of them in the country. We're one of 7 in the country. But let's go toe for toe with all of them in the world. Let's see if y'all done put in the work right here. Right. Why ain't y'all cutting these checks over here? Yeah. All right, I'm done with my spiel.
Yo, I knew Tia was gonna say something about that just because we got a mission, and Tia, you know, we ain't gonna talk about what we discussed, but here's the thing. For Marlon to be putting in a lot of his blood, sweat, and tears in a place that he don't get no money from, this place don't generate no revenue. But what it does, it incubates brilliant minds. All right? And it brings people together to understand this complex technology. It is very layered and it's very sophisticated on a lot of levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a coder, I'm not a developer, but I know people here that are. You know, I'm not a trader, you know what I'm saying? But I know people that are. I'm a Web3 journalist and a graphic designer. That's my thing. But I know as a unit, you know, we the Web3 Avengers. And Marlon is like Professor X. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, this is like sacred to us, this place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for the work that he has put in, and we got to big up Bubba too, because he helped actually construct the building, you know, put up drywall and all of that. Y'all got to recognize this man's efforts, man. And the people that he brought together in this building. And I really need the big companies out there, like the Ripples, the Hederas, the Polygons, the Chainlinks, all of that. Y'all need to look at this building and see what's going on.
Yeah. Man, and I know I gotta get you this mic, but I was just thinking a little bit earlier today, like, man, like, they said they want the United States to be one of the crypto, the leading face of crypto throughout the world, right? And I was thinking about, like, well, look at the tech landscape out in California, right? And how long they've had their hold on the tech industry for so long. And just imagine what happened once Georgia was able to get their foothold on the movie industry. How fast and how much we progressed that industry. Yeah. In Black Hollywood. Yeah. I feel like we have that same opportunity here at Atlanta Blockchain, not just Atlanta Blockchain, but Atlanta in tech, period, where we've been overlooked for so long, but we have so much innovation that's happening that's being overlooked. And once we really, really get not just crypto companies behind us, but what's our Kemp?
The Governor Kemp.
Like, you got to get behind this too. Like, this is a movement that can transcend the state of Georgia. That's right. Yeah. And if you're not looking at it that big, and you're not looking at this opportunity that big, you're missing the whole mark. But that's what we have right here. Yeah. I didn't mean to intersect, but that needed to be said.
Yeah, because we passionate. But go ahead, Jordan.
Nah, you good. I think, you know, just on top of that, really, like, when you talk about that, especially here in this specific building, it's like I was in C5. The value I got from cohort 5, I wouldn't have got nowhere else. Listen, he said I'm a God from man. Christ told me to come to Atlanta just for this building.
Here, man.
I moved here. I was told to move here by God. I'm gonna say that clearly and be in this space. I know it's blessed. That's number one. Number two is like the value that you get, and even when we talk about all this stuff, this like the payment processing capital of the world, pretty much. We talking about an entire industry. Even when we talk about what Trump talking about, this crypto summit, you mentioned something Thursday, tokenization. We are headed to a place to where I'm a trader too. The markets it's about to be over with. All right, I don't think this is just like a correction. It's going to be an entire like destruction of an old system, and then a new system is coming up. Guess where it's coming? Blockchain. Guess what's going to be needed? Right, so it's one of those things to where I do feel like, yes, 100% right, but the blessing is we are in a position to be on the receiving end on a very big demand. Because what's going to happen is everybody and their grandma going to be lined up outside ABC. Period.
It's facts.
It kind of got to happen. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like we see all this stuff. You know, I'm seeing they want to have they still can't have regulatory clarity. They don't. You can't really control what's about to happen. You know what I mean? We'll know what's going to happen later on down the road. But for the most part, I would say being in a position to just be ready for it. That's number one. Because you know, so I think that you see the roots being dug. But as soon as we already sprouted. That's number one. But that tree gonna be crazy, and they're gonna have to come bear the fruit that they see from this place.
Absolutely.
There's no choice to.
Exactly.
You know, so that's my spiel on that. So I agree with that 100%.
Cheeze.
No, I agree 100%. I think the work that we're doing here is not going to go unheard of, right? There's a lot of things that are happening around that aren't talked about on an everyday basis, right? I think every time you're building anything, for that fact, right, there's always going to feel some tension. There's always going to feel like this sense of that you're not moving. But then everything just happens all at once. And when it happens in a great abundance.
Yeah. And everybody that should have been investing, that should have been giving us money, they're going to want to throw it. And then imagine having
I ain't doing no exchange.
I ain't throwing my bread back.
I ain't doing nothing exchange.
I'm gonna get back to the hood, but not like that.
Right.
I know some of your
I'm
people
making
in
drizzle a little
Web3.
bit. I ain't gonna make it rain.
I know some of them guys in Web3 a little different.
Yeah. What's up? Hey, we're 3 space a little weird,
different.
but I would say, imagine being at a place to where now you like don't even need your money. That's what it's gonna be like.
But we'll still
I ain't turning down no money.
We'll still take it. Hold on. We're going to still take
I ain't
it.
turning down no money. Hey, all
We
money
gonna
ain't
call
good
the
money
shots.
though.
Only
You know
good
what I'm
money.
saying? That's right.
All money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money.
money.
Super fat. Yo, see, this is why we love ABC. This is why we come here. This is why we do this. Blue, you got your hand up. Go ahead and say something. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I was gonna say, Jordan, it's like the parable when the master came and said, "Look, I'm gonna give you 3 talents. I'm gonna give you 2 talents. I'm gonna give you 1." Right? And ABC just happened to be the ones that's holding the 2 and the 3. Right? And so it's for us to show, right? We can't. They cannot ignore us anymore. It's about how you show up.
Fact.
And the way y'all showed up in Denver, the way we showing up in Atlanta, and then now we start timesing that by 10 because we get infectious because the babies is learning. And then the kids is learning, and then now mom and dad is learning because they like, how you buying them shoes? Crypto. And so it's just like, we just gotta be able to show up, and we know who the builders are, we know who the workers are, and then people is gonna figure it out, or they're gonna get left behind, because we're gonna make sure that they have opportunities to figure it out.
Super facts.
I'm speaking.
Super facts. I couldn't agree with you more, Queen. Blue, again, we appreciate you tapping in, man, and making those points. So y'all, we're gonna talk about these last couple of stories right quick because I know the last one is very controversial because he did some crazy shit today. Let's talk about the Office of Comptroller of Currency. All right, they have eased restrictions on banks engaging with cryptocurrency, allowing them to offer custody services, conduct certain stablecoin transactions. So Tether is probably dead, and run nodes. So big up the Project Pi, and participate in blockchain networks without prior regulatory approval. This shift reverses previous policies that require banks to get clearance before engaging in crypto activities. While granting banks more flexibility, the OCC emphasizes the need for strong risk management controls. So, with that being said, they're creating these the headway for people to feel comfortable about putting their crypto in banks. I don't know about y'all. I ain't doing that. No. I'm not putting my crypto into the banks, but I understand what this is for mainstream adoption. I get it.
Has to happen.
It has to happen. This is the unfortunate thing. My personal opinion. This is a drawback. Not really a drawback. It has to happen in order for mass adoption. In order for the numbers that we want to see Bitcoin at, the 250Ks, the $500,000 Bitcoins, stuff like this has to happen. Even though I'm never putting a dollar, not one USDC, not one USDT in a bank. I'm not putting none of it in a bank. I'm sorry. That's what you got Wallace for, man. You know what I'm saying? But we got to pass this around because I know, there's probably going to be difference of opinion, and that's what this is about. Go ahead.
Let me ask the question. I want to pose a question to you guys as you answer this. Would you put your money in the bank of Project Pi? Right? I put my money in the bank of Project Pi.
That's
and
right.
I think I'm saying this because I think some parts of the space that this has a lot of edges on it that people are not going to want to do. Like for one of those being validating, right? So that's what's being allowed. Banks are now allowing to be validated.
Yeah.
Right? So, technically then Project Pi could be a bank, right? And
essentially, yeah.
Essentially. And I personally, I was like, well, I'm not going to set up my validators because it takes a lot of upkeep. Right? And so at some point, you end up going to get the old story of how the banks came about is like, I'm not going to self-protect my money.
Mm-hmm.
Or gold.
Our assets, I'm going to give it to somebody else. Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm not going to self-validate. I'm going to create a service for somebody that's like a Project Pi to be able to
that's right.
host my validators for me. Right? So in that lens, I think there is a fine line between being okay with some like exercising of not like I'll pay for that service. Mm-hmm. Like what's the difference between that's what happens, right? People initially see it as a service. Mm-hmm. In the case of banks, they see it as a service, but then sometimes when the banks get greedy, it becomes overkill and becomes what we see today, mm-hmm. right? But then there's just the moments where it really is just custodial service. Where do you draw the line?
Mm-hmm. Good point.
I feel like it's a necessary evil. I think we all feel that way. Like, mm-hmm. A lot of people, especially like, let's say, Auntie Sherry, who has I'm just making up a name, but Auntie mm-hmm. Sherry, who has a retirement fund, who really wants access to crypto, but really doesn't want to deal with the headache mm-hmm. of learning the industry, protecting your seed phrases, all those things. Like, it's a necessary evil. Mm-hmm. I look at, like, the banks infiltrating Web3 as almost like using a bridge on Web3. And there you have water, and there is some troubled water being in this space, jumping over from traditional finance to Web3. And you have that water that's flowing under, and that bank is going to serve as a bridge to help navigate people over to this space. Now, whether they stay on the bridge or, they go deep in the trenches like us rebels, that's to be said. But I do think it's a necessary evil.
Great point.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but I'm completely against it. I got people. We got people in our Discord literally taking penalties on their 401ks, traditional Roth IRAs, because they starting to understand that this system is not it. So for me, how would it play out? Like in the end, I would love to see it, but even just off rip, like it's necessary. It's definitely, like you said, is needed for mass adoption, right? Because we see the institutions now playing a big role in it all the way around. So that in itself is not going to give a lot of people that comfortability to invest in the space. But I guess that even in Blackchain, ABC, right? The whole goal is to educate people to, hey, this is how you do it. This is how you get a wallet, right? Take those steps. And I think that, that's more important for us to continue to do that. But number two, it's whatever, but I still don't like it.
Yeah, no.
It's needed though. It's needed though. Oh, you got it.
T.
Yeah, y'all, those were some great opinions, great thoughts, great comments. And this next story, let me see if anybody in the audience, before I move on to the next story, anybody got their hand up? All right, cool. We're going to talk about what New York doing. I'm from New York. My people's from New York, all right? And speaking on protecting investors, because essentially that's what these banks will be doing. Hey, we'll protect you from the scams in crypto. So that's, they got to pitch it somewhere. They got a sales pitch.
Right.
So New York, they have a bill that aims to protect crypto investors from meme coin rug pulls. How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about that? Because I wanted Levi to come up here to get his opinion. I need your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on this because I know when I came in here, you were very passionately speaking about launching some coins because you have a Web3 gaming platform, and you want to launch coins with your agents, essentially, right? Or tell the people about Kampeni and what you were trying to
Launch away.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to build like the world's largest storytelling game, and we're gonna have like economics in the game. So you play World of Warcraft, these large games. There's food, there's coins, there's all these other things, and the economy works because it can act like that. But if you have those things on a Web3 component and you have just one token overall, people just try to pump the token, and then the economics of the underlying game break. That's why all these Web3 games fail. It's our theory of the case. So for us, we want to tokenize everything: the corn, the air, gravity. Everything gets tokenized in the game. We're very forthright with this. We sit there and say, because imagine if you some space mages or things. Yeah. Guess what? If you got to control the gravity, the only way to control the gravity is to have a DAO that votes on gravity in the game. So the space mages get to decide, okay, we're going to vote to move gravity up, which affects everyone. That's your spell. Yeah. But if you have one token, everyone just starts pumping that one token. The economics of everything else falls out. And that's why all these crypto games tend to fail, because once they've extracted, because at a point, forget what the game is, what the goal is. We're here to extract, right? We're all going to work together to pump the token, extract, and the game goes to waste, right? It takes about 18 months. That's like the cycle. So this is trying to prevent that. Now the challenge for us is that now you have a bunch of tokens, right? And for us, we're very transparent. We don't optimize for the price of the token. We optimize for holders in the token, right? And what that does is allows, again, you have a DAO who are going to vote for their interest. And instead of you making money off the price of the token, we set some actual dollars aside and say, look, if you hit a goal, the space mages get to this goal, using their leverage of that token, we give a cash prize. And that breaks the incentive of pumping the token and goes to actual rewards, right? So we tell people all the time, like, hey, we have these cool tokens, but I'm not going to get on a space every day and try to pump them.
Exactly.
Right? That's just not what we're doing.
Right.
We still like pump.fun and launch and anything else as fair launch, because otherwise you can't trust the token. The big innovation for pump.fun was that they're harder to rug on a technical level, right? You can't hide things. You can still just abandon the project,
right?
But it's harder to just underline, just rug it. We love that. Because we're going to have lots and lots of tokens. People have to trust that we're not going to go rug your tokens. We're not going to go change a contract and do something funky on the side. You can see everything that's happening. It's a price fee out of the box. And it costs us nothing because launching tokens is really expensive. To do it the other way. So that's where we are. So then you take us to this New York thing, right? The challenge for me, all right, is two challenges, right? And this is like with any regulation. It's define rug pull, right? So like, you know, okay, so if you say, okay, great, yes, if you sit there and say, hey, if I was going out there and trying to like, you know, steal money or anything else, fine. If I was out here at an insider yanking money off to the side or do some weird bot bundling thing, get that too. Full transparency, I made a mistake on my first token, right? Yeah. I sold from the dev vault to pay for the deck screener, right? And it's like, yeah, it's not a lot. It's a little bit, but that's the point. It's also racist, right? And I immediately came back and bought more and locked it. But at that point, damage is done. Right. Now, again, is a mistake a rug pull? You know? Right?
Now, here's the thing. All right, so they're literally trying to figure out what securities are in this space, right? So right now, they just said meme coins aren't securities.
Right.
They said that.
Right.
So what you're developing has utility. So I wouldn't think you would be in trouble for a mistake that you made because you're creating utility around your token.
So, there's the fraud construct and the securities construct. So not legal advice. You know, they're not legal advice. There's like
and he's a lawyer, y'all.
Right. Not a lawyer here. Not barred in Georgia.
That's great disclaimer.
Right.
Great disclaimer.
Right. So like, the way we think about it is like there's two, and we try to avoid both. Like, and we go out of our way to not be a security, and to we go to our website. We put it in 15 different places. We are not optimizing for the price of the token. We say it out loud. We jump from the hilltops. Every one of our characters and our Twitter accounts, we are not optimizing for the price of the token. If it comes between protecting the game and protecting the price, we will protect the game every single time. Right? Just like Fortnite would.
Makes sense.
Right? Fortnite, they got lots of people, a lot of money playing Fortnite, but it's from bounties and awards. It's not because you think you own a piece of Fortnite. Right? Mm-hmm. So this is how Web2 games make, like League of Legends, same thing. You make money by doing well at the game. So if you're like, say, meme coins are not securities, right? Mm-hmm. The Howry tests, you know, that central control, whatever fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Once you're a meme coin, right, and you say meme coins are not securities, what you're saying is a couple of things. You're saying that there shouldn't be some central authority doing it, right? Okay. There shouldn't be some expectation of return. These types of things shouldn't be there, right? So if you're on a space every day shilling the token, is that really a meme coin? The question is not like, if meme coins, if certain of these products, are they actually meme coins or not? Because a meme coin is like Dogecoin. The dude launched it as a joke. Right. He abandoned it. By definition of what people are talking, Dogecoin was a rug. Yeah. right? Because he just dropped the launch and forgot about it. Yeah. Technically, Dogecoin is a rug, right? But that's any meme coin as we understand it is kind of a rug, right? But if you look at projects where, like, let's say I launch a meme coin, and every day I'm showing that meme coin in a space, and for 10 years it goes straight up, and one day I retire. I just stopped doing it. Is that a rug?
That's a good point.
They call it a soft rug.
It's a control.
Now check this out. Yeah. We had Blue with her hand up, and I know Blue. She has some commentary because she spoke to me outside of the session Thursday. Mm-hmm. Just her thoughts on like meme coins. So I know she had a hand up. So hopefully, if she's available, I want her to say her piece on this. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be a great part of the argument. So Blue, if you're available, if not, she's available. Good. What's your thoughts?
Far as Levi's, far as what he's talking about, man, it's phenomenal. It's V-Bucks legally.
Yep.
Right?
Basically, yeah.
It's V-Bucks legally. You know what I'm saying? But far as the 10 years and I retire, no, the hell, that is not a rug. Did you eat for 10 years?
So the
apes didn't even eat for 10 years. Like,
yeah.
No, that's not a rug. Unless, wait. Let me pause. It depends on what you told your community. Now, if you wrote that you was going to go to infinity and beyond, and you stopped at 10, we got some problems.
Yeah.
You a rug.
Right.
You're a rug.
Right. Yeah.
But other than that, no.
So
I think what you're talking about, sir, is amazing. And I think what? So what's your thoughts about GTA? Because y'all should be allowed to do whatever the hell y'all want.
Yeah.
Because if GTA can do this, right, and have crypto and do the whole thing with basically $3.
Yeah, and the way we do it is we're pretty explicit. We're not going to add any utility to these tokens outside of the game, which is why you don't see staking platforms for our tokens. You don't see us talking about doing this or doing this. The agents are only for furthering the gameplay. The token doesn't do anything outside of the game.
That's a good point.
See, but y'all could even get. Let me be quiet. I would say you guys could do even more with an NFT, and then have tokens and all these other different things. But you could really have people pay for their experiences, but you could make a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean,
because you your tokens, but then you can legally use an NFT, right?
Yeah.
And you can have a variety of services that would allow you to make even more money.
Yeah, so we actually have NFTs, right? So the world's largest storytelling game, we try to be multi-token and multi-chain, right? So we have assets on Polygon, Base, and Solana. We have a Polygon project called Kampeni Villagers. They're actual characters in the game. They're not playable. They're like the soldiers in your army that you can collect and build up. They put into a DAO to use it as war against somebody else. But again, we'll have thousands and thousands and thousands of these tokens. Just like in World of Warcraft, there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of items. But again, we're very transparent what these things are and what they're not. And I think the overall story of this is that you don't know what a rug pull is based on its roles defined. When you have no regulatory clarity, everyone just pulls out. I'm going to stop making tokens if I don't know what a rug pull is. Right? And there's criminal responsibility. I don't know how I can safely make a token. Even if I know I'm not trying to do anything, I'm not going to bother. I'll just go make a Web2 game. I'll go make another Fortnite, try to make a small MMO. And that's the danger of these kind of builds. It's not that you shouldn't have rules. I believe you should have rules too. I'd love to have really strict rules. But I need to know where the lines are. And right now I don't. And that's the interesting things in New York, though. That's really scary for us.
I'll say this too. Sorry, go ahead.
Technically.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead, Blue.
Joe, technically, I think they no longer qualify as a meme coin, right? Because meme coins have no anything, right?
That's right.
But if you use it in a game and I'm purchasing it, it turns into a utility token, almost to a governance token.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It would be in-house.
Yeah. Yeah, for us, we don't have a governance token to avoid a security issue. So if we had a governance token that decided how the business was run, that is classic definition of security. So we actually don't have a governance token for Kampeni at all because that part is us. It's controlled by us, and that's it.
Y'all calling the shots.
We're calling the shots, and we're very transparent about it. Now, we will decentralize things to kind of take away our ability, but I am literally the end boss in the game because I cheat. Right? That's the rules. So I'm the end boss, right?
Yeah.
But you can't have a security and a governance token, then it breaks that. For us.
So,
Are you guys just assets for games, or are you guys assets that play in games you create?
We are. Okay. We provide assets for other players, so you can use our tokens in your own game. We provide tools to build your own game. So we have Base, and we have a Solana plugin coming for RPG Maker, where anybody no code can build a Web3 game in a couple hours. And then we build our own games to kind of build the base canon out so people can build on top of. So think about Dungeons and Dragons. There's a couple standard lore, but people can go out and do their own homebrew story of the tools that we provide, and they can sell and monetize on their own. Don't got to give us a cut. So it's an open gaming protocol, truly decentralized.
Man.
It's dope. You gotta see it. I can do it. He showed me the back end. I can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm building a game this month. Not to go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say that I think my hope, my plan, my point is that you'll be fine. I think you're ahead of your time. I think you and I had a conversation, text, and earlier today that the economy around the world, right, is multi-coin, right? You're talking about the stock market. The stock market is the economy, right? The way, commodities trade is an economy, right? The way people make decisions, go Christmas shopping. There's an economy around Christmas shopping. There's an economy around when they decide to, Starbucks decides to monetize those red cups.
Magic, casting things, making magical items. That's an economy.
Yeah, it is an economy around everything. So at some point in the future, right, when this whole thing is tokenized, how can you not have multi tokens in your economy? So I just think it's inevitable. I think all this stuff that we're seeing right now is noise. So I understand like the concerns because you don't everybody doesn't want to get caught up in the noise. But I feel like there's already platforms that are here. Launch, they're allowing for multi tokens. They're letting you launch all of the tokens on their ecosystem. And I think that's where it comes down to. So A16Z published this week a definition of tokens, right? And they have a table that I'll just read off here. They network tokens, which is like your gas token or your core protocol token, right? That's like your ETH, your Solana, your Bitcoin. Then you got security tokens, which are legit like securities that are registered with the SEC, right? Then you got company-backed tokens, and some of these can be considered securities, but they're like your FTTs of like some of the exchanges have exchange tokens, right? And then you have I'm just going to go down to the table, and read the summary. But you have arcade tokens, right? I think this is where this fits the best. Is arcade tokens, right? These are tokens that are only meant to be utilized in this closed ecosystem, right? And one of the biggest examples of that was Fly. Fly is a Blackbird token, right? Blackbird came out like 2 summers ago, right? And I remember because I was like one of the first users. But Fly is Blackbird is a restaurant eatery project, and you earn Fly from eating at these restaurants, right? And then you can spend the Fly for T-shirts, hoodies, or anything at these stores, at these restaurants that are partnered on that network, right? So that's an in-game currency. That's your V-Bucks. That's your Fortnite tokens. That's your, that's Fly. And Fly, they just released, Blackbird, they just released F2, which is technically now their governance token on top of their Fly token, and all that is on chain, right? So I think the noise and all the effects of some of this stuff is due to the bad players, and I think when the dust settles, there'll be room for this to take place because now they got to go just to finish off the list. Collectible tokens, that's CryptoPunks, ENS names, Pudgy Penguins, asset-backed tokens. These are your USDC, basically your stable coins, and then the last list is your meme coins. Right, your Doge, Pepe, Sheeb, Trump, right? So I think once more stuff like this actually enter the sphere of those that are making regulation, and they start to say like, oh, okay, that's not a meme coin. I'm not so afraid of a rug pull over there because it's a closed ecosystem, right? Then as long as you lead out with that, like we're a closed ecosystem where these tokens, because you can't stop people buying them off the DEX. That's why decentralized exchanges, but you got to lead with the right verbiage.
That's right.
Just switch it.
All right. Hold on. Let me say something right quick.
I think Blue had something to say.
Hey, I'm gonna just let the people know we got a full house right here, and before we wrap up, we gotta let Levi, because a Blue got a hand up. We gotta let Levi give a shout out to what he's building on with Kampeni, where you can find him, and all his socials. Get that to the peoples, man. Get that to the peoples, Levi.
Appreciate it. So again, Levi Christian Pearson, Levi Christian, whatever chapter life you found me at. We're building the world's largest storytelling game, basically Dungeons and Dragons on chain. We built a core set of lore with our own tokens. We build tools so you can build your own. So we love RPG Maker. We believe anybody can make a game. Kids can make games on Web3, monetize them. All right, so make your game. You can go to our GitHub. So you go to Kampeni Games on GitHub. So Google it. You can dig out our plugins. Start going from there. You can go to our website where you can find kind of overall how we're doing. Docs.kampeni.com is our manifesto. It's like a 10-page document laying out how we think about this. And then we also go to check us out on Kampeni on Twitter or my own Twitter. Also, our accounts right now, our tokens have their own Twitter accounts. They have their own agents and talk about what they're doing, how we're building. We launched our third game, last week. We're launching another game in the next week or two. And we tend to launch games every couple of weeks to show how fast you can iterate and build this world out. So no VC backing. It's just us. We're bootstrapping, making games ourselves so that anybody else can do it. So open protocol, build cool games.
Yo, Levi, man, thank you so much, man. I gotta shake this guy's hand again. Like I said, he's one of the most brilliant people I ever met in this space. So I had to let TCK members, man, all my crew, man, to just, you had to hear his story and his plight in this space, man. You know what I'm saying? The difficulty of him launching tokens, for his games. Just not having the legal clarity right now. So, yeah, man, I'm so happy that we got this individual here, Levi, at ABC, as part of our team, man, and very knowledgeable. Thank you for your time, brother. Blue, you had your hand up. Is there something that you want to say about that before we go to our next story?
I was just going to simply say also, just from advice from, legal team, it's really about how you can argue, how you can legally do things. So if you take notes from the actions of what the president is doing, not just like what you see on social media, but like look up the fact that my guy is about to drop a metaverse, that my guy already has tokens and people are paying for it, but you get nothing from it. Like, so if there's certain actions that he's already doing, that's why meme coins aren't a security. Because if they did, we technically could come after him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, kind of like see... And then also understand a lot of these regulations, like what Joe said, it's going to be smoke. A lot of these executive orders are to tie the court system up. So we really don't know what's happening behind the closed doors when Elon keep firing all these different people. So yeah, just kind of just pay attention and see. As far as Levi is concerned, they cool, they good, they Gucci. Because if he's not good, then anime's not good. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not good, then like Sony's not good. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, just see what others are doing, but also understand some people will be a little bit more risky because their legal team budget is bigger, if anybody does come after them. But honestly, I really don't see anybody coming for anybody. If you just check out Coinbase posts and Polygon and everybody else, basically like, they not coming for us no more. We good. Thank you, Trump.
Yep, that's one thing I hope my people have been paying attention to, because all of these lawsuits are getting dropped left and right, so much so that even Kraken, once their lawsuit was over, they thinking about going public. So they going to have an IPO, another company. So I thought, here's the thing. We have yet to see what this space is going to look like after all the smoke is clear. So right now, just have conviction in your plays, whether it's Chainlink, whether it's Polygon, whether it's Ethereum's, Avalanche, Render. Just have conviction in your plays on those. These are solid projects. Don't get shaken out by meme coins. That's the biggest thing. All of my guests said all of that just to say, avoid meme coins as much as possible unless you get some alpha on some shit, all right? And even with AI agents right now, if you're a veteran trader, you gotta now deal with bots. That's gonna make your job harder, and they can trade way faster. So do your homework, do your research, and to leave on meme coin and crypto shit with celebrities, the last story is Kanye and Ansem. Kanye and Ansem. Now, I can't wait for Doc. Specifically Dr. Jamal Montgomery. I can't wait. I just call him Doc. I can't wait for Doc to get here next week to hear his opinion on this. All right. I know he has a strong opinion about this. When I saw Ye have this quick little trailer, like 15, 20 seconds, did y'all see it? Because he deleted it.
No, I didn't see
It was literally like, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just audio, and then it faded out to him and Ansem. So, just Cheeze, if you can, post the photos so people can kind of see them physically in the same space together. But Ansem had a chance to pull up on Kanye. And without giving too much from conversations I had with Khadijah and Doc, it was an interesting choice that he made, but I'm glad he made a choice of somebody that looked like us in this space. Let me just say that. All right. A lot of times when they do come in this space, when celebrities do come in this space, specifically people from our culture, they go to people who don't look like us. And then they get rug pulled, and then they don't get educated, and then their followers don't want to get back in the space because they missed out. You know what I'm saying? Or they got taken advantage of or misled. Kanye has been doing the hokey pokey in this fucking space, and I don't appreciate it. I really don't, because he is one of the most creative and innovative people we have in our culture. And if he actually took the time out to understand it and get it right, because from that little bit of snippet that I heard that Ansem was breaking down the use cases of blockchain and how he's been like debanked and how he's been kicked off of social media, like the nature of decentralization would take care of a whole bunch of shit that Kanye has been through in the past. So it sounds like to me, based on that little clip, Ansem was really telling him how liberating this technology can be for him and what he's developing. All right. So I'm going to monitor this as best as possible because, like I said, it was a video. I should have seen if I can actually try to download it, but it's not on the internet anymore, and Ansem just has posts. So I've got to hear my co-host's thoughts on Kanye's hokey pokey with this Web3 space. And I don't personally appreciate it, but I do appreciate that he's sitting with Ansem.
So personally, I'm calling bullshit. Kanye know all about this space. Like he tweeted in like 2018 or something like that, decentralize everything, and that tweet was prolific to me. Like, he may not be as knowledgeable as some, but he understands the use cases of blockchain technology. He understands this space, the NFT space, all that stuff. He is bullshitting. He is as big of a troll as Elon and the rest of them at the end of the day. And so him sitting down with Ansem is for antics. Period. Like that mofo know what's going on over here. He's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And I also believe that's why he hasn't launched a token yet. Timing is everything. He probably gonna drop his album first. Really, really get people back on the hook, on the Kanye hook again, and monetize them with his own dollars. He's probably integrating it with the Ye token with the Ye $20 sock shoes that he got. Like, Ye is no idiot. He's no dummy. So Ansem is learning from Kanye, not the other way around.
Good point.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, and then add on top of that, I think the problem is the noise that comes from that. Like we all know you're a genius, and we know the one, and I hope this all plays out well. But when I was talking to Dr. Montgomery about it in Denver, and I won't go into detail since we're gonna have him here anyway next week. Hopefully, I won't go into detail what our conversation was about. But one thing I brought up there was like, Kanye, you can stop the antics, right? Let's stick to the genius. This space already has enough antics.
Good fucking point.
Right? The space already has enough antics.
Good fucking point.
Like
yo.
if you just come and do one thing, like drop a dope ass NFT collection and have it go off smoothly, That's genius. And it's not even that hard to do. It's just like he wants to bring his genius, but he wants to bring it with the antics because that's how that's how he overcame those that aren't fit for this space, right? That's how he overcame all the adversities in his mind. But I feel like you're here with the tech. The tech is the superpower. Just use it appropriately and stop with the antics.
Good point.
Yeah, I echo what y'all said. Yeah, he is a genius, and most of all, he's an artist. So him coming to this space and kind of creating a masterpiece would be phenomenal for the space. He actually come in, sit down, and process it and do what we all know that he can actually do without the antics. It'll be crazy. Cause with Ye, I mean, he dropped one thing, it sold out overnight. I mean, we seen with I forgot what he did with the Super Bowl. He did something with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the commercial.
Like just a quick commercial, and it's like instantly, if he do it the right way, he can really help the space a lot.
I see a digital collection coming real soon.
Right.
That's it.
Right. I mean, because think about it. If we know the individual like Doc Montgomery, who's been here, who spoke on his conversations with Ye. He said that here on this platform. He been on here twice. So we ain't gonna act like that's a secret. He has somebody who's more than knowledgeable and capable of getting everything all my co-hosts said to do, whether it's a digital drop, whether it's a token, whether it's having some ticketing involved with some merch. It's fucking Kanye. He already had the stem player. He knows Doc. Doc is very knowledgeable in this space. His wife is very knowledgeable in this space. All right? He's around Ansem now. So, again, the antics, the hokey poking around with this shit, we're not a fan of this shit, bro. Get serious about this shit. Stop fucking around. Stop playing with our emotions, Smokey. You know what I'm saying? Just come with it. All right? Now, you hearing it from people who look like you, who talk like you, who buy your fucking merch. Our guy Brandon be around here wearing your $20 socks on the fucking regular, bro. We got people who support you, and he probably voted for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying his vote is for Kanye. Like he stands on that. You know what I mean? So we got knowledgeable people in this space.
And he on line now.
Tell Brandon to come on.
Matter of fact, I gotta invite him up. I gotta invite you up. B, I'm gonna invite you up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, we was at your state. You know, we was out in Colorado, and I met the actual guy who's part of the art gallery at East Denver too. So I gotta big you up because he was a good brother I met out there, man. He saw my artwork, he loved it. But I know you're a big fan of Ye. You might just be listening and you might not be able to speak, but I definitely invited him to come up to speak, y'all. His name is, if you see the avatar, what's that? A Miladies? That's the Miladies? Yeah, that's the Miladies.
Base lady, peace.
Base ladies.
Easy Money.
Easy Money Esquire. All right? That's my guy. That's our guy. Big fan of Kanye, so I would want to hear his opinion on this, but he may not be, available. But everybody here knows exactly what Kanye needs to do, and we recognize the tomfoolery and the fuckery. Get your shit right, bro. Man, again, Eve Denver was fucking phenomenal. Oh, one more brother, I got a big up. Yo, do y'all know this brother by the name of Israel Wilson?
Yeah, no, that's my people.
Yo, I finally met that dude, man. He actually sent me a direct message, and I wasn't even aware of him at the time because, my grandmother had just passed like 4 days afterwards, but he had to tap into us either from ABC or through the spaces because he just sent me a message on like a Wednesday. I'm like, damn, we don't really do nothing on Wednesday, so that means he, we came across his timeline. Right. And he genuinely asked like, yo, what can I do for y'all? I don't see people of color in the space like that. I didn't know who this brother is, and usually people come off the rip like, "Yo, what can I do for you?" It's some scammy shit, but I didn't know who he was, and then I had a whole conversation with him at Eve Denver, and then he was like, "Yeah, just follow me." I was like, "Oh shit, I'm already following you." Then he was like, "Yeah, send me a message about the shirts," because he liked the shirts. He was like, "Yeah, I was at ABC," and then I was like, "Oh, you sent me a message 2 weeks ago, bro. This is crazy to just meet you out here." So there was several people who I met out there who I had full conversations with, never knew that I was following them, and was like, "Yo, let me get your information." And I end up already following them. So that means we making noise with TCK. You know what I'm saying? The crypto crew, everybody that you see here, my co-host, NFTia, you know, Just Cheeze. We got Jordan over here. We got Levi over here. And we got the queen. What's your name? Nicole. She's over here representing Blackchain. We at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. This is our church. We here every Sunday at 4:20. I want to appreciate everybody who's tapping in on Twitter, everybody who's tapping in on Instagram, everybody who's tapping in on YouTube. I appreciate everybody. This is just the beginning, and we are cooking. And I can't wait I know my guy Just Cheeze, him and NFTia told me something that I was waiting for somebody to do, and it's being cooked up. And boy, when I tell you, when we cook this up, just know, man, we already them people, man. But everybody gotta know we them people when this happens. So I can't wait to reveal to y'all what that's gonna be. But when it happens, it's gonna be phenomenal. And the most brilliant people I ever met is in this building. And if you haven't been here before, if you're in Atlanta, come through, pull up. If you've been here before, you might want to try to put in more efforts in here. If you're a builder, you know, continue building. But you got to put your thoughts and ideas together and support what we have going on here, y'all. If you're from a bigger entity, I don't know who's watching, I don't know who taps in on a replay, but if you from any major Web 2 company, major Web 3 company, it don't matter whether if you Google or if you Amazon or if you're Ethereum or if you Solana, it don't matter. The talent is here. And there's going to be more talent being pulled through ABC. So just know that this is going to be a pipeline for genius and brilliance in Web3. And I'm proud and honored to meet so many people along my journey here. And I'm so glad that I got the support from all of my co-hosts and just listeners and supporters, man. So this is episode 56, y'all. Yeah.
No, and also, man, just, you know what I mean? I want you to know, like, we shared, like, all TCK. Yeah, TCK stuff in Blackchain.
Thank you,
right,
man.
so we consistently do that, but also I just wanted to shout out the project if that's cool. And I wanted to highlight this individual because she over there quiet.
Please do.
You feel me? Like,
you gave me a little bit.
I'm gonna let you know, like, who she ain't gonna say it. Very humble, very meek, and that's a blessing. But I will say, like, she's definitely part of Blackchain, and the Blackchain, we actually, if y'all don't know, we're building on base now.
Oh, that's dope.
We're building the first ever face-based learn-to-earn platform where you're able to build wealth, trade in a simulated environment, but you earn crypto as a reward. Right? So I got to talk to you about the gamification aspect in our token, but that's being launched this year.
That's
the grace
dope.
of God.
And
yeah, Nicole is an advisor on the project, but she's also one of the first people, but definitely the first black woman to buy a vehicle in Bitcoin.
Wow.
I'm not going to say the vehicle, but I will say that
that's a flex.
You won't no small vehicle.
Right, it wasn't no small.
Bitcoins.
Yeah. So she, she over there quiet, but I would love for her to say, like, just something about the space, what she see here, because her insight is super valuable. She's raised millions of dollars for startups, did a lot of different things in tech, period, in gaming, and so much more. So she gonna be quiet, but I'm a big girl. You know what I mean? So I would love her to just say something if that's cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Come on,
Nicole. And before you go, you gotta tell people where they can find you too. But bring Nicole up. Come on, Nicole. So y'all watching us on YouTube and Instagram. Nah, you good. Y'all watching us on YouTube and Instagram, just know that we got a lot of people here at ABC. And we have another brilliant sister who, you know, I just had the honor of meeting her today. But sounds like already she got a phenomenal story. People come through this building with no ordinary people. I can't even say it. Let's give Nicole. What's your last name?
I'm Nicole Tiovanni.
Tiovanni. That's a fly last name. How you doing, Nicole? We appreciate you tapping in.
Listen, it's a blessing to be here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I'm beyond proud. I'm not from Atlanta. This is my first time at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. I've been blessed to do a lot in Atlanta. But I'm beyond proud of what you all are doing in this space. I mean, this is beautiful. I've been in the crypto space for the last 9 years. I was one of the first black women in history in the NFT space, quiet as kept. Shout out Courtney Smith, my partner, who was one of the others years ago. That's probably about 4.5 years ago now. I'm really excited to tap in more with what you all have doing here. I came in on the tail end in the beginning. I heard what you all are doing with the youth, and I love the youth. Shout out Keith Lewis, Mayor Dickens, and everyone else that supported what we did a few years ago when we did the first Crypto Christmas on Campbellton. My company is one of those sponsors. We set up ETH wallets and gave out a couple thousand in ETH to the youth of Southwest Atlanta. So Atlanta is like it's like a home away from home for me, but to see this, see ABC and see you beautiful brothers and sisters in this space is a blessing. And everything that this man of God is doing in Blackchain, it's an honor for my companies to be able to support and our team to be able to help build. And I'm just happy to be here with y'all.
We happy to have you.
We happy to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless y'all.
Man, it's
And
sister to sister.
Oh man,
sister to sister.
Listen, me and you, I'm really excited to connect, and because
it's one of those connections, and so I'm thrilled to have made that connection through Jordan.
And Jordan told me a few months ago, he was like, "Man, whenever you make it into Atlanta, and this is like a super last minute trip for me." He was like, "It's some sisters I gotta connect you with," and you were one, and Blue was one.
Wow!
And he was like, "It's some queens really doing it in the space." And as I shared with you, I took a break from the space, and I took a break from the space for a few years and got back in. We were talking about. I guess we both took a break. But it's a blessing to be back in it, and I'm really excited, of course, about what the women of color in the DeFi space are up to.
Hey.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
And hold on, wait a minute. Shout out this brother right here. I work with founders for a living. Like Jordan said, I've been blessed to help raise millions of dollars in early stage capital for Black and brown founders over the years. And your concept, especially being bootstrapped, sounds just, we got to talk. So, yeah, this is, y'all, like you said, brilliance. The brilliance that's coming out of this space in this building, it's nothing but the Lord.
That's
so I'm
right.
excited to be here.
Church.
Yeah, absolutely.
Church. So now you got to tell the people where you from, though, and
how they can follow you,
how they can find you. But at the same time, like, what was your? He mentioned it early. Now I'm curious. Even if you don't want to say the car, I just want to know how many Bitcoins did you have to spend to get this vehicle?
So, first,
and where you from?
I'm originally from the DMV.
Got you. Okay.
DC, born and raised DC.
Look and see, y'all know we got some. Listen, we have some brilliant people that come out of the DMV. Shout out to the DMV and everyone in the DMV.
That's right.
And I have lived all over. I've been in the technology and the business space for a while. We have a software development company, and I'm one of the first non-national women in history to have offices in India where I have them. Wow. So I do things globally, but DMV is a home and have lived up and down the East and West Coast. And the second question is about the car. You know what? Listen, it's so funny because we don't,
he blew up your spot.
Yeah,
we didn't know nothing.
He always does. And now it's so interesting because, having been in this space for a while, and now seeing it y'all been in here for some years, right? Y'all remember the anonymity that went along in crypto. You wasn't just running around telling people you were holding heavy. You know what I mean? And so even when I did make a vehicle purchase in Bitcoin, it wasn't a public thing. And so now I use it to, motivate people and talk about the utility of it. It was a strong, let me give y'all some context. It was a strong 6.5 BTC in 2021. So if anybody want to go back and do the numbers on, I think Bitcoin.
Enough said.
I think Bitcoin has
say less.
You do the numbers on what it was an all-time high at that moment. And I want to let me say this. It was a brilliant investment, right? I'm not necessarily a flashy person, and so it was a strategic investment. I'm the president of my firm, and my firm and I made the decision to go ahead and utilize the BTC in that fashion because, in that time, realtors and select dealerships in the United States were offering the option to purchase in Bitcoin and Doge. And the funny part is this particular luxury car dealership advertised that they could accept a BTC payment. But when I got there, I found out only one person had actually purchased a car in Doge. I think they got a McLaren, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a McLaren. But I found out they'd never actually accepted BTC for a vehicle. And it was kind of a funny process because I watched them run around acting like they knew what they were doing. We'll take your crypto. Right, we'll take your crypto. But then I was like, that's a whole nother story about, the opportunity in the space. I mean, this was years ago, but, and was it 2020? It was 2021 or 2020. My number, it's all the years are the same at this point. So, but yeah, what I want to say to investors is be smart. In anything you invest in. I'm an investor. I deal with investors constantly. And my idea was never, let me go blow all this crypto on a car. The idea was more so, this is a tangible asset that will maintain value regardless of what the coin does. And if you all know what the coin did, that thing crashed pretty shortly thereafter. But guess what? That asset was still just as valuable.
Held this value.
And that thing, it was a blessing. And so, we've helped clients purchase real estate and all types of, high ticket investments with crypto. Thank you, Jordan, for telling all my business.
You are officially doxxed.
Yo, that was a phenomenal story. From a phenomenal. Oh, Blue got a hand up. So yeah. Jordan been trying to introduce these two ladies, and I can imagine he probably talked about Cash too, and he mentioned Tia.
Oh yeah.
So Blue, the floor is yours, and I can't wait to see all of these women together in the room with their ideas and their brilliance and their experience to see what they cook up, because y'all know we can't do nothing without no black woman, y'all. Blue, the floor is yours.
Oh, mercy. I don't even know how to come in after that. No, it's a pleasure to hear. And, the queen going to set that up. She's going to set it up so all the women can come together. And we know who the queen is. If you don't know.
Y'all got to quit giving me these labels. Y'all know I don't do well with labels.
That's what defense plan.
That's a good label.
It is.
You're going to be in town for that?
Yeah.
No, I just talked
to I had
to,
I mean, it's amazing, and I look forward to being able to be in a room with everyone and even hopping on a call because we're always moving, But I also didn't want to leave without telling y'all my phone was blowing up. And Joe, Tia, T.Gold, all of y'all, listen, my phone was blowing up. People were hitting me up, sending me texts. Yo, I see the Atlanta blockchain you was talking about out here. They doing their thing. Like, even Profits hit me up and was like, yo, That's amazing. And now we talking about like, yo, we're gonna have to come. You gotta come to the A.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I had to tell. Look, it was amazing to receive all of that, and I'm just really, really proud of how y'all are showing up. So I wanted to say that before I had to go, and I cannot wait to either get on a call or meet everybody. So really looking forward to it.
Safe travels, Blue.
Yeah.
Have fun in Austin.
Yeah, definitely do your thing. You and Cass do your thing out there in South by Southwest. I know you're going to come back with some more great information and alpha, but I'm not going to take lightly what you said because I know I follow you. I see your followers, so I can only imagine who was blowing your phone up. You know what I'm saying? You and Cass have been on some very interesting travels in this space, so I'm sure that the people that has been blowing you up, who've been recognizing, what we've been doing here at ABC, it's phenomenal, and it's a testament to the individuals we have here. So I definitely not gonna take that lightly, man. So and we're gonna all represent. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we have going on here, there's so many brilliant minds, so many dope, applications that's been built here, whether it's, Dap Hub, Kampeni, Skylark, Project Pi, Real AI. It's so much we got cooked up here, man. Blackchain, shit, TCK, we cooking, the recoding, we out here popping, man. So thank you. I just want to thank everybody. This has probably been one of my favorite. This is definitely in my top 5 favorite spaces, y'all. This was random because I didn't know all these people was gonna be here today. But whenever I see a lot of cars, I try to get as many people up here as possible. And I'm glad that I came in on a conversation. I was able to have Levi come in and bring that conversation into the spaces. Especially with everything that he has going on. Jordan, he was already in the middle of the conversation with Nicole, and they came in and they sat in and have them speak and give their comments and thoughts and their travels in the spaces. I'm honored to just be around people like this who are just willing to support what we got going on. So we're going to keep this popping, y'all. Every Sunday at 4:20, y'all. We live on Instagram, we live on YouTube, and obviously we live on Twitter. So I want to thank everybody here today. My co-hosts, NFTia, Just Cheeze, Nicole, Levi, Jordan. I got Bubba in the background. He's somewhere doing something at ABC. Or he might have just bounced off somewhere. But yeah, man. Again, we got to big up Marlon, Big Dog, founder of ABC Starter Labs. None of this that you see here would be possible without him. Big up to Stan with Crypto. Big up to Swee. We're gonna go out on some more notorious big because he died about like 28 years ago today. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to go out with one of his biggest songs because it's only right. It's only right. And it was a dream, but everything that you see here is starting to become a reality because all of these thoughts that we have is really manifested into reality, and I seen it as soon as we came back from Bitcoin Nashville. It happened again with Tia mentioning some things, and it just came into manifestation. So we on guard time right now.
Period.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. So inshallah, this will be a place that people will be drawn to and know that the talent pool of diverse thoughts and people are here. So, with that being said, we're going to go out with Juicy, y'all. Rest in peace, Notorious B.I.G. Thank you to everybody tapping into TCK Web3 News Roundtable, episode 56. We out. Peace. Let's go.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the building when I was just trying to call the police on when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read books, magazines, salt and pepper, and heavy on the magazine. When I'm running with the east sardines for dinner. Mr. Rod G, PCB, kick the free. Funk master, flex, love, pop, star, ski. I'm blowing up like a plywood. Tricks, same as the same, but it's all good.
Cancel it.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Oh, don't sue. Whatever you do, please don't sue. Is it? If not, I just randomly pick up that phone. Here, right here. Because my phone is about this big.
I made the change from a common thief to up close and personal
Don't join up
with leech. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke stuff with my feet all day. Spread
I
out
don't like Andrew's
the
camera.
low weight and allergies.
Okay, so yeah, you let's see. You might need a filter at this point. I've been in church. Oh
I
yeah.
never thought it could happen. This rapping
Look, I've been in church.
Right here.
All types of things.
And then you know to just save it and then just retake.
Oh, that's not okay.
to the East Coast, condos and queens, and go for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak.
This is powerful here. You better do it.
Yeah,
Hey.
no, I'm definitely.
Lunches, brunches, interviews by the pool. Considered a fool, cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black man misunderstood. And it's still all good. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Let's do another 10. Let's do 10.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get a one. So I'm traveling from the 18th
Super
to the
Nintendo,
21st.
Sega Genesis. When I was that broke,
It was good,
Yeah, send me that right now. No, I'm traveling from the 18th to the 21st. Here's what I realized. First we did dinner, right? I had a layover in Atlanta. Straight to Atlanta from the islands, and I went to dinner, and I got to LA the next day. And I was, look at God. I went from Atlanta to LA, then Miami, LA anyway. So
No, that's going to be perfect.
so it's confirmed, right?
So, no, I have not confirmed. I just wrote the proposal yesterday, but my sweet rep, she just got back to the bank. So I haven't even submitted to it because I was like, I'm gonna give you a day, you just got home. She's been traveling for like 2 months straight. But I told her I submitted to it first thing Monday morning. But you can always confirm it. I haven't seen, I'm thinking about Mariano just because of it being so close to the Atlanta Blockchain Center. But I haven't confirmed where I want to do it. And they have a private room. So it needs to be a private room where I have enough space. So, but it can be anywhere. So if you have any suggestions,
Yeah, save it. Then that one, let me give you my information.
yeah, please. So no, if you have any suggestions, like that's
Where you from? You from Atlanta?
I live here, but I mean I don't get out enough.
Where are you from? Ohio. Okay.
I'm here in Atlanta, my boy, that's why.
Let me give my information. You guys can just scan it. It's easier than telling everything. And then if you do that, your information is automatically on my phone. And then you can send me pictures.
I need one of these.
Okay, perfect.
I'm installing it now.
Yeah, it's my new favorite one. Please send me, because we took a few pictures. Please
Yes,
send
I'm
me
about to
one.
send them off.
I think that
I know that I didn't even look at the other ones, but I know the one that I just that was
I'm so excited. So I got you locked in, and we gotta run. We gotta do it.
not now, but right now.
Yeah.